Hey everyone, hope you had a good week. I'm David Faber.
And I'm Amanda Klein. Today's WCTV is dedicated to all fall sports, cross country, volleyball, and football.
So stay tuned.
Don't you love those crisp autumn nights, hearing the crack of the football pads, the speed and suspense from the cross country team, and the bumps that spike of the volleyball players? You know, David, our volleyball team has been pretty busy this season reorganizing the team.
They sure have. I heard Tyler hit the ball pretty hard at the volleyball feature. Let's spike it to Tyler for more.
Parents from WCTV.
Quit it! I'm trying to do a feature here, you guys. Anyway, it's volleyball season. Get off the court.
And now let's see how the Lynx hold up in the stats column. Katie Niggemeyer leads the team in kills with 52. Kaylee Epps follows her behind with a close 34. In blocks, Katie Niggemeyer leads the team with 45, followed by Epps and Williams with 18. I went to Mandy Williams and Coach Halsney to see what they had to say about the season. Do you think this year's coaching staff has made a big difference compared to last year's?
I feel that Ms. Halsney and Don and Coach Bailey have made a tremendous effort to improve our play from last year, and also they've made it a lot more fun this year.
Being the new coach, what were your expectations for this year's season?
Well, I knew that I wanted to change a lot of things, the way practice was run, our warm-ups, and I just expected that the girls would buy into it.
In your opinion, what could your players work on to have a more successful season?
I have a lot of talent on my team. It's just putting all that talent together and getting all of our talent to work at the same time in the same game.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Bell's record so far is 2-6. Their home closer was against Clarion, which was senior night and Pack the Gym night. We'll be playing at a Johnson tournament this weekend. Come out and support the Lynx. They will also be playing October 24th at Districts against Belmont Clemmy. This has been a volleyball season wrap-up. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tyler. Speaking of the teams having new coaches, our football team started off their season with a new coach.
Coach Kennedy took over for Mr. Luring and has been getting our football team back on track. For more on this year's football team, we pass it over to Jack.
Leaves are starting to fall and the smell of cut grass is in the air as the Lynx have opened up the 2002 campaign. The Lynx have had a tough schedule so far this year, leading them to a 1-5 record, but plenty of optimism remains for the final 3 games. So let's take it over to Coach Kennedy and see what he thinks about the season. What made you want to take this job?
Well, the position was open, and there weren't a whole lot of options at that point in time, and I did have a number of years' experience in coaching football, and I just felt like that I could step in and handle the situation. The approach that we're attempting this year is similar to Coach Ty's philosophy. At this point, we haven't been extremely successful in executing the game plan, but we have high hopes that will fall together here coming up against Hampton Dumont. The schedule has been extremely difficult through the first 5 weeks. Whether it's going to help us in the last 4 weeks or not, that remains to be seen.
What is the team's attitude at this point, and what's the outlook for the season?
Well, we've had a really good week of practice this week. We've done some good tackling drills, and I feel good about the rest of the season.
This is Jack Simonson reporting. You all saw my performance. I just went out there and gave it my all and tried to help the team as good as I could, and I guess that's pretty much a wrap, and we'll try to go out there and just get them next time. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jack. Well, we have one more sport to go.
Yep, the cross-country team lost a few key runners from last year's team, but traditionally, Coach Bussin always manages to blend the new talent with the returning runners to have a successful season.
Tell us more about the cross-country season. We'll run it over to Katie.
If you are wondering what sport includes these special shoes,
dedicated runners, and the beautiful countrysides of Iowa, and you guess swim team, then guess again. I'm talking about cross country, and I'm here to give you the scoop on the boys and girls varsity 2002 cross country teams.
I went straight to the source and asked Mr. Bussin what the team goals for the boys and girls were this season. His comments were these.
Our team goals don't change year to year. Our team goals are always to improve throughout the season, to win the conference meet, and to qualify for the state meet. And then once we get to the state meet, see if we can get into the top 4. And those are our goals year in, year out. It doesn't change with who's on the team.
In order to participate on the varsity track squad, each runner has to
Take part in time trials at the beginning of the season. The 7 fastest times for both the boys and girls will claim the varsity positions. The boys run a 5K and the girls run a 4K. Both the boys and girls have stood as a threat this season in the conference for cross country. For more info on that, I went to juniors Adam Flagey and Heath Monk.
What are your individual goals?
My individual goal for this year is running well at conference and districts, then making the state meet and hopefully going in the top 5.
Mine's just mainly helping out the team at conference and then make it to state and run good.
Who would you say your biggest competition is this season?
I'd have to say mine is probably Forest City because of Ryan Sunday.
And Eagle Grove, they always have a good team and a couple of good runners, and they always push us pretty well.
I also had a chance to catch up with senior Janelle Cross, who commented that one of the girls' largest competitions this year would be Humboldt, and that her personal goals were to make it top 10 in conference and qualify for state. In conclusion, I had one final question for Mr. Bussin.
The boys have been very successful in winning the conference the last 6 consecutive years. Do you believe they have what it takes to do it again?
Oh, I don't think there's any question we have what it takes. Now, it's going to be a much more competitive race than it's been in the last 6 years, maybe in the last 4 years particularly, because we've been very dominant. We graduated 5 seniors a year ago, and so we've got some new guys in the lineup. But they've been doing a great job, and I think is evidenced by our South Hamilton over a very fine Nevada team. We're ready to go.
Well, that wraps that up. Don't forget to support the cross-country team as they take on districts Thursday, October 24th in Perry. I'm Katie Nigmeyer reporting for Wctv, and now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Katie. Tuesday night, the cross-country teams participated in the North Central Conference meet in Clear Lake. The Lynx made a clean sweep, boys and girls JV as well as varsity, all won conference titles. Jesse Severson took home a JV conference title. Congratulations, Jesse, and way to go, Lynx.
We hope you enjoyed our up-to-date on the fall sports programs, but before we go, Joe Whaley and Dana Merrick have been working on some trick photography, and we'll leave you with that.
See you next week.